Today I'll be making Kare-Kare. It's one of the few dishes not influenced by colonization in the Philippines, and because my mom makes it so well, it's comfort food for me. There are quite a few steps to this, so bear with me. This recipe is for about, I'll say 6 to 8 servings. You're going to need 3.5 pounds of oxtail, 1.5 pounds of honeycomb tripe, 2 baby bok choy, a half pound of Philippine eggplant or regular eggplant, 1 small onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 packets of Mama Sita's Kare-Kare powdered mix, I'll explain more later, half a gallon of water, 2 tablespoons of shrimp paste. All of these ingredients can be found in your local Asian or Filipino supermarkets such as Seafood City. You're also going to need 1 cutting board, 6-quart or more pot, 3-quart saucepan or rondo, and 1 small bowl. Step 1. Cut the tripe into bite-sized pieces. They don't have to be uniform, but maybe smaller than 1 inch around, kind of like this. Step 2. Place the oxtail, tripe, and water into the 6-quart pot. Start with the oxtail, place evenly, kind of like this. If it overlaps, it's fine. Then you're going to add in the tripe, even out as well, and then you're going to add the water. As a side note, every stove is going to be different, so I suggest looking at the flame and adjusting from there. Don't trust your stove knobs. And simmer for 3 to 6 hours or until the oxtail and tripe are tender. Step 3. While the pot is simmering, prepare your vegetables. Cut the eggplant into 3/4 inch coins. To prepare the bok choy, watch this. There is sediment in between the leaves, so as you peel them off, you have to wash them well. The inner leaf should be okay as is. Now before you cut the onion and garlic, go back to your pot and then skim off the fat. What you're going to do is you're going to take your spoon and get right underneath the foam and the oil that's floating around and put it into your small bowl. You want to get as much of it as you can. It's okay if you get some of the broth in there. You're going to set it aside in the fridge overnight. Now back to the veggies. You're just going to slice your onions, mince your garlic, and then set the vegetables aside in the fridge as well. Turn off the stove when the water in the pot is just barely covering the oxtail and tripe, then let it rest overnight. You don't have to, but if it gives you peace of mind, you can put the pot in the fridge. Now for the next step, you're going to take some of that fat, approximately 2 tablespoons, doesn't have to be exact, put it in your saucepan or your rondo. You start sauteing the onions, the garlic, and the eggplant. Now those packets I mentioned earlier, they're actually convenience items that have peanuts, rice flour, cane sugar, annatto powder, and they're measured out and ready to mix. I like my sauce thick, so I usually put 2 of them. Add them to your saute, then add in enough broth to cover and simmer for about 15 minutes or until it thickens. Then you're going to add the mixture back to the main pot. Mix in well, then simmer for another 30 minutes. I know, it takes some time, but trust me, your patience will be rewarded. Then after the 30 minutes, or the sauce has enough time to thicken, turn off the stove and add in the bok choy. Mix it around and it will cook perfectly. And this is the final result. Usually it's served family style, but for visual purposes I dished it up this way. And because there is no salt added to this dish, the bagoong, that pink stuff, fills in that void. Put a little bit into your spoon with every bite you take.
Very good. A+. Nice and crunchy still. The meat is done good too, just like comes off the bone, just like bam. Easily splash myself.
I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Questions, comments, concerns? Leave one in the comment box below.